Hello and welcome back to the channel. Finally, I have forced myself to change the clutch and the flywheel. I want to swap from one mass flywheel to the dual mass flywheel, and the main reason for doing that is I have a clutch slip, and clutch is slipping because I am using the OM 1.6 turbo diesel flywheel. I think so. I will show you later. The surface of the flywheel is not even, so the clutch disc is not pressing to the surface. Here I have input shafts. These were made specially for me, and it was fabricated in Lithuania. Another thing, I'm going to save the gearbox, as it's going to absorb the torque of the 1.9 TDI engine. Let's begin, shall we? I was inspecting underneath the... How is it looking? The turbo still leaks, even though the inner core is completely new. I'm quite frustrated about that. What's interesting here, the engine mount I have made has a crack. I don't know if it's visible, but it cracked. Quite interesting here. Only one spot. Otherwise, everything looks quite alright. That's the oil sump that I have welded previously, and it leaks quite a lot. So I don't know, I'm thinking buying a new one. Moment of truth. Fits perfectly into the pilot bearing. Yep. And it doesn't fit with the plate. What's going to happen, I'm not going to place the plate back for now, and I don't have access to the oil sump anymore. It's alright. somehow. This is a 1.6 TDI flywheel, I reckon, and I have placed a completely new kit of the clutch disc and the pressure plate, and I still had a slipping clutch, so this is how it's looking. The disc practically still looks like new. For the record, let's measure the plate. Oh, come on! We have changed the battery. Now it's showing again. 8.22 millimeters. Now the new one. It's slightly bigger, 8.35. So you can see yourself that this disc is nearly new. Why? I don't even know, because the so the area of the disc should be slightly bigger. I hope it's not going to slip anymore. All good. Input shaft fits perfectly. Last but not least, I need to change the input shaft for the gearbox, so I need to open it. If I remember correctly, I need to move a little bit the diff to the right. I will try not to remove it and take it out, but if I remember correctly, it's not going to work since last repair. When I have opened it, there is some gunk. Feels like metal particles. I think it's quite alright. Nothing to worry about. I have done, I think, more than 3,000 kilometers or something. I want to use this pick to lift the sleeve. I have removed the part. Have marked where it's supposed to be standing, and now I want just to screw it out, move the diff, and replace the input shaft. Successfully. The new input shaft
The input shaft is in. It's all right. So this came back exactly there where I took it off. I can assemble everything back.
I want to spin the engine and it's not spinning. Something is wrong. I have removed the starter motor and it's visible that it was touching the flywheel here and it ain't good. So I'm going to remove the gearbox again and inspect what's happening. I have somewhere bell housing that is completely, I don't know, damaged. How can I say? Can't see it now. I think that's the one, the bell housing. I will show later what's happening with it. I have found the problem. It's touching the bell housing here and shreds the bell housing. I haven't mounted the cover plate, so might be the reason, might not. So once I bought a gearbox that maybe used to drive a TDI flywheel or something, I don't know. When I was buying it I haven't noticed, and now I have tried to place it there and it's not touching anything, so temporarily I'm going to use it and I will have a look for a solution here. I have placed the gearbox back into the van. Also, I have added a washers between the engine block and the bell housing. I hope it's going to it's nearly 3 millimeters spacers or washers. Yes, washers. So let's have a look. How is it now? So far everything's moving. It's stuck somewhere. Of course, it's the compression. Okay. Maybe it's still the flywheel is still touching the starter motor. the end of the starter motor, but the engine itself is spinning, so I reckon I'm going to leave it like that and have a look. Moment of truth. It's time to start it. As I already have tried to spin the engine and it's spinning, I think only the starter motor can touch the flywheel. Let's have a look. I think it's the starter motor. The main reason why I was switching from one mass flywheel to dual mass flywheel was the clutch slip when I was using the chip-tuned ACU, and I was thinking that the one mass flywheel had some defects, maybe the surface from the age of itself. So that's the reason why I have installed the dual mass flywheel. And guess what? It's still slipping. So maybe that dual mass flywheel complex is not compatible with 81 kilowatt chip-tuned engine, because I don't know what else. I don't really know what else could it be. I don't want to spend money for doing the pressure plates, so I think I'm going to chip tune the ACU slightly less, maybe increase the power from the original power to 10%, so the clutch should not be slipping, or we will see. Usually noticeable in third gear, and yeah, and the fourth gear. I was planning to run the dyno test, and now I don't think it's really possible. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.